So it's like, make your own decisions. When you look at a piece of evidence or facts, what do you see? I don't want to hear about what someone told you it is or what, you saw on MSNBC. What do you see?
Observable reality.
All right, YouTube. What's going on? It's your boy, Malcolm Eugene, and technically, I'm a super villain.
Here it is. Will Robertson here. I don't have a cool catchphrase.
We've been doing this for how long?
Nothing. Nah.
Nothing
yet. No. It's
not your average superhero intro.
There we go. Not your average superhero. I'm not a superhero. Fuck that. Today's topic, we're going to talk about the Rittenhouse trial. It's been very interesting. It's been very...
comical.
Yes, it has been, but comments-wise, a lot of people... I've seen both sides. Some people feel like the young man was right in what he did, obviously. He was defending himself, and others feel like, well, he brought the weapon and...
I'm going to get this out the way, and it's related. What I don't like about this is, I'm going to use some language, so cover your ears, children. When these motherfuckers come on the track and try to make this into some sort of racial thing, this dude is white and he shot 3 white people.
Yeah, that's...
What does this got to do with black people? I mean, okay, it was a Black Lives Matter. Okay, you got to know when to separate yourself from the situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's like weird. That'd be like, I guess, a carnival or something going on, and then saying it's the carnival's fault for it happening. It's just, that's kind of weird.
It's like I hate seeing that. And I've been seeing that from a few people lately. I'm just like, all right, we can't just self-insert.
That confused me too. I was like, bro, didn't he kill?
Well, there was a meme I seen on Facebook. There was like, you know what? For those who agree with Rittenhouse being self-defense, probably also identify with white supremacy. I'm like, well, what is...
Wow, that's a stretch.
How does that correlate? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's what?
Maybe I'm an idiot. I'm not the smartest tool in the box or whatever, but I don't know. I don't get the correlation.
That's a stretch. That's pulling. That's reaching.
Pretty
good. I mean, like I said, whether you believe it or not, the young man was, I guess, allegedly defending himself. And granted, we've all seen the memes. We've seen him when he was having he cried on the stand.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He was doing that, and everybody's like, oh, black people were like, but like, I watched it. I was like, this here. But the thing that killed me was the fact the judge was like, it's weird. It's almost like he's like, it's all right, son.
Yeah, it's his grandson. That's what it feels like.
Let it out. It's okay. Let it out. Shh. I'm here for you. We'll get you some ice cream. That'll make you feel better. And I don't know. And everybody's been yelling about the prosecutors. They say they're not doing a very good job, I guess, or something.
Well, the prosecutors, they kind of dug themselves into a hole. No. Their key witness kind of fucked that shit. So when their key witness got done testifying, right? Mm-hmm. You could just see the prosecution just in the background. I'm like, oh, shit.
I mean, that's on you. Got to do your homework. You've had time to prepare for this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get your ducks in a row. You're making X amount of dollars. It's a big case. I mean, a very big case. So you should have had it all together. And, sometimes it sucks you got to rely on people, a key witness, and, ball was dropped.
Ball was dropped hard.
Yes, but like I said, it is weird that people it's always weird that we got to make it racial, even when there's no reason to be racial. We don't need to drag this into a black-white thing, or... I mean... He was there to kill, assault Black Lives Matter. That's what somebody was trying to say. He was there to actually...
Did he drive there, or was he taken there?
I thought he drove there. Somebody said he crossed the border and that's their issue. Is like his intent was he brought a weapon across the border, and that was his intent, was to do something.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if he drove there, or if he drove there, or if his parents took him there. Because
he's 17, everybody's arguing he's 17, he shouldn't have the weapon anyway. That's everybody's argument. I'm like, but how many times can we make arguments about a lot of things? Being charged when someone. So this case we want to charge him as a minor, but then some cases we want to charge people as an adult, and it's just like,
right.
Where's the leeway? You know, he
Well,
was going to be 18 in 2 months.
The verdict's going to be coming in the next few days, but
No, I don't know. I think I think most people know that.
What is the agenda though? I mean, let's say that he is convicted. Mm-hmm. Why? Because people died? Like, what are they trying to... I'm trying to figure out what people are trying to accomplish here.
I don't know. I mean,
is it a gun violence thing?
I don't know what the stance is. It's
obviously not a racial thing because we can nip that shit in the bud.
Yeah, so I don't know what we are going to attack. What is the agenda?
What is the agenda if he gets convicted?
No.
Because I do not know. Or if he doesn't get convicted, then obviously it's self-defense, and then we're all just white supremacists.
I know, exactly. And everybody said they're going to protest, this and that, and basically everybody's like, he's going to have to pull a Casey Anthony. You know, I don't know if everybody remembers that. We're old enough to remember that 10 years or so ago. And she just fell off the face of the earth. Gone. Yeah. She went into witness protection, obviously changed her name, probably changed the way she looked.
Yeah.
Fell off the grid.
Anthony Casey.
Yep. Nobody even see. Wait a minute. Changed her hair color.
No, but it's like I don't know what people are trying to accomplish. Yeah, people died. But if you watch the video clips and the evidence, like when it first happened, I was like, okay, what is this kid doing here? Like, I was definitely on the side of this kid shouldn't be here. He done shot and killed somebody at a protest.
Yeah.
Oh boy! Then more and more video evidence came out,
and that's great. That some people are realizing we need to see more because we get those little snippets, whether on social media or whatever. Somebody goes live, and we have no types of context to it. We don't know. We just see the aftermath, or we see the person who's allegedly the perpetrator doing the act. We don't see what led up to that. You know, they didn't just wake up, wake up and get out of a car and just start spraying everybody. You know, something led up to it. He felt endangered. He had to protect himself. Granted, the circumstances that were going on may have contributed to it, but we still can't say it was race involved.
Right.
He didn't sit out there. He didn't write a manifesto. He didn't write a post saying, you know what, I'm going here to create chaos. I'm here to incite some shit. I'm here to make people, look bad or get them to react. Because some people do that. They try to elicit a response from people. But I don't think the young man wanted to do that. I'm not sure what.
Well, I will say this. A 17-year-old doesn't not need to be in the streets in the middle of a protest with an AR-15.
Yeah,
that's. I would agree with that. He didn't need to be out there.
Yeah, and people were saying that the way police approached him would have been completely different had it been black.
I guess that's where the whole race thing comes. But you can apply that to everything.
Yeah,
you can apply that to everything. Any interaction, it would be different if you were different. Me interacting with somebody. A cashier at Walmart would be different if I was a hot female.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can play that card all we want, but it's really only applicable in some situations. I don't really understand.
Right, like I said, guys, this case. We're ending 2021, and it's, as always, we got to end it with a bang. It was last year.
Well, there's been threats and shit to the jurors of this case.
Yeah, because I saw that first time they couldn't deliberate. Like they couldn't come up with it and they gave them another day or gave them some more time.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, we're threatening jurors. Why? Because we want this kid convicted. Why?
Right.
Why are we threatening jurors?
So now they're not. So now we're taking out the justice part and making it about just us. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
instead of it doesn't.
That's the thing. I do not understand the agenda here. I'm confused because.
Yeah, maybe y'all could explain it to us in the comments or something because it doesn't make any type of rational sense. It doesn't make sense at all. We want to impact these people's decision making.
We want to put this kid away because of gun violence and also try to make new gun legislation to tighten up the gun laws for Americans around the is that where we're going with this? Is that the agenda? I don't know.
To me, honestly, at this point, the Civil War thing, I don't think that's really going to happen. I think what we're going to have is states start succeeding from the union. I think that's what we're going to have. We're going to start having, especially with the way these states have been.
It's going to start with Texas. It's going to be Florida.
Everyone, I think we're going to break into southern territory again.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have northern, and people can succeed. We're going to be 35 states, 38 states, part of the original. And it's going to get wild, man. I think that's what's going to happen eventually. That's the next big move.
But
we're going to have people joining up. You'll have states over here joining up with this one, and Will you with us? Because that's what they're gonna make it about, man. They're gonna make it, try to make it as left and right as possible, and they're gonna make people pick a team. That's what they're gonna want to do. That's
exactly what it is.
Pick a team. Are you with me and with them? And that's crap that you
like. How about this? I'm moving to Japan. There, I picked my team.
There we go. Like I said, that seems like the next big move. They're pushing everyone to not make it necessarily about race. Race will always be there. We know that'll be there to a certain extent. But I think they just want to divide this country because there's so much profit in war, so much profit in
division.
Fear and division.
Yeah.
There's so much profit in it.
Well,
always has been and always will be.
Look at how they separate the neighborhoods. I was watching a video of how I'm not going to say the left or the right, but the Democrats had passed the laws that made school districts to where certain schools are funded by the housings in that particular neighborhood. So schools in underdeveloped neighborhoods are not getting the funding because they're not getting that.
So is that
real estate tax.
Kind of like redlining a little bit though? Is that?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah. So
and the thing about it is, it's still a thing. Like it hasn't been something that's been corrected.
So, no, it's still going on.
It's one of those things. It's like.
I think there's bigger issues going on, and obviously as always, everyone's looking at this hand and no one sees the other hand doing this. Everybody's so focused with this whole trial, we don't see everyone else. People pulling the strings up here. Dude, none of this shit really affects because they're up so high in their ivory towers, so high on a pedestal. They've got the protection, they've got the money. They don't have to worry about this shit. I just tell you some stuff, you do it. I instruct you. This is what's going. Hey, you need to get those bad people over here.
Yep.
And
Squid Game.
Pretty much. It's pretty much what it is. You're not on the line. Your assets aren't on the line. Nothing is on the line. That's why you don't care. You pretend like you care. You just got to pretend like you do. That's the trick to it all. That's awful. You guys are all hard working. Do this and that, and it's like, bro, you're one of those exact same people that you're saying we need to attack. You're just trying to make it.
You're trying to make yourself like you're the hero of the situation.
Exactly. I don't see you giving up money. I don't see you stepping, taking a lower
There comes a point where it's like, okay, well, for one, when you take yourself out of the victimhood mentality, you start to see who your friends really are, and you realize that, well, you have no friends over here, you know. So you just gotta protect your mind. The media is gonna always push their agenda based off of whatever political financing backing that they have,
exactly. Especially social media, whatever they can do. Your celebrities, whatever they're going to do, use any kind of pawns they can.
The freedom of choice is an illusion. I sound like Alex Jones,
but it's true. There's always ways, subtle things they do to push you and sway you, whether you realize it or not.
So it's like make your own decisions. When you look at a piece of evidence or facts, what do you see? I don't want to hear about what someone told you it is or what, you saw on MSNBC. What do you see?
Observable reality.
How do you feel?
Observe about it? What do you see logically? Logically, what do you see? What are the facts, data, statistic behind it supporting said thing? Yeah. If it is a third party, my cousin and them told me, okay.
Well, the thing about statistics, though, even those can lie because
they can be
you can pull statistics out of your ass.
But then the validity should be then set into question. Like, who's the backing behind it? If it's just some, reporter saying I spoke to a Harvard.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's like when high school when you used to write papers, man. It's like where you're checking your sources. Where'd you get this from? Wikipedia? Okay, check their sources. Where is this coming from? Okay, who wrote this? Do they have a bias in one particular lane or another? Because it's going to matter in how they write, obviously. But no one wants to go through that kind of work. They just want to see the headline.
Because it sells, You throw race, sex, religion, something in there to get people to, because we all know people nowadays have the shortest attention span of all time.
Yep.
Right? With everything being so instantaneous.
Thanks, TikTok.
Yep. with everyone changing their algorithms to fit that, new narrative, it's sad. People are addicted to it, so they're gonna do anything and everything to get your likes, to get your comments, to get you to help the algorithm to take care of them.
Right.
So, morals go out the way, ethics go out the way. People don't care because it's not affecting them. And even if it's not them and they're pretending to be somebody else, we just like we covered in other videos, people forget who they are.
Exactly. They think the way they do because the girl they like thinks the way they do.
Exactly.
So, with that said, my name is Malcolm Eugene.
Will Robertson.
We're going to get Uncle Tom after this.
Most likely. Like, subscribe, hate, whatever makes you feel good. Let us know what your thoughts are.
Please hate us.
It's okay. You know, we're not gonna be everybody's friends.
I don't give a shit about you.
We're done with the acceptance. So
yeah.
Thank you guys.
We outro.